So what is a Reiki treatment? Reiki treatments can vary. You could sometimes just have a 5-minute Reiki treatment. Say you had a sore knee, you could use Reiki on your knee. You could use Reiki on your head. You could use Reiki for a physical issue. If you had sort of stress or tension, you could sit and connect with the energy and work with that stress and that tension. If you had sort of like you wanted spiritual understanding, you can do that. So Reiki isn't limited to this is the treatment, this is what you do. However, when you come to myself for a treatment, I tend to spend between 60 and 90 minutes with you. The first thing I'll do is I don't sort of do a great long consultation because I'm linking with the energy and I'm a vessel. That's how we as a practitioner believe we are. So when you come, when you come for counselling, for example, or you come for a massage, it would be me doing that massage, it's me doing that counselling. Obviously I'm inspired by energy, but I would be the one listening, using my academic ability and my everything, my experience, my profession to do that job. When you come to me for Reiki, what I'm doing is I'm linking with the energy. So I link with the energy and the energy comes through into me, into my hands and into you. So the best way a practitioner can do energy is by the practitioner stepping out and allowing the energy to work so that the energy can actually do what it needs to do. So the first thing you'll do is you'll come in, maybe take your shoes off. I have a couch which you can lie on. You don't need to remove your clothes. I always cover it with a blanket because you can get a little bit chilly. I usually put a cushion underneath your knees and a cushion under your head because I want you to feel really comfortable. We have nice relaxing music on, we have candles, and we just completely and utterly relax. I then connect with the energies, and within that treatment, the energy will do what you need. Because the principle and the thinking behind it is that I'll only know so much. If you sat for 6 weeks and told me about your life and who you are and what you are, I'd still only know so much. But the energy knew you before you were born. The energy knows you inside out, back to front, everything that's going on. So when the universal energy comes in through me and comes to do the healing, the energy will work for the greater good. I always do what I call a little prayer, but I do a little thing to ask that the energy will use me as a vessel for the greater good of my client. So greater good means that it wouldn't be doing anything out of my ego. I don't want to be doing anything so that you see tricks or manifestations. Sometimes you can experience colours, sometimes you can have a vision, sometimes you might just relax. Somebody who's never ever sleeps, never sits still, straight to sleep and relax. The energy will work in a way that's right for you. The first thing I do is I check that if you have any negative energy. Negative energy can come from, well, sometimes if we've got a lot of negative self-talk, or if we're in a negative environment, and we all feel this, whether you've ever been spiritual or Reiki or anything, you'll all feel that sometimes you'll go in a room or you'll meet a person and the energy just doesn't feel right at all. It feels really uncomfortable. And other places you go, you get a real peaceful energy, a real comfortable energy, a real bright energy. So first of all, we want to make sure that there's no negative energy around you. And then I want to work on your chakras. You have the chakras are main energy points. And those energy points, each one of them relate to a different part of your body. So without going into it too much, those energy points need to be balanced. So sometimes we can become blocked. Sometimes it can spin too fast. And that's what have you ever felt like sometimes you feel like you might fall over, or you keep forgetting things all the time, or you're feeling sort of really sluggish, or you're feeling really low in your energy? It could be because your chakras are not aligned. So that's something I'm going to look at, and I can talk to you much more about that when you come, or when you do the training. Then we use the energy. We can have set positions for a more of a well-being Reiki, or we might be guided to do specific emotional healing. Sometimes, and I love Reiki for this, because obviously I'm in a counselling room with people a lot, And when I'm in that counselling room, people bring trauma into the room, or they bring things that they can't actually remember because it was so bad, they've shut themselves off from that thought, or they've put it in a Pandora's box, they don't want to bring it back out, or they can't talk about it. And what I love about energy work is when we do emotional healing, you don't need to tell the universal energy what happened or why it happened or what went on, because it knows already. And it'll just come with great gentleness and just help you to heal and to soothe. And that's been a huge part of my own personal healing journey. Is yes, I've had counselling, yes, I've had different spiritual work, but when I've had the Reiki for emotional healing, I feel it's really helped me to recover from things that probably wouldn't be very easy to recover from, and things that some people may never recover. But the energy has worked in such a way that it can just heal what we don't think sometimes can be healed. If we're looking at the chakras, then we look at the emotional healing, the stress, the mental mind. If you've got what I call a blue bottle head, so you've got one of those heads where you've always got blue bottles going around in your head, always think, you never stop. And if you do stop, it's quite distressing, so you don't want to stop. Bit. And when you have the Reiki and it comes in, on the mental emotion, it just soothes and calms. And again, I love it because it gives a sense of peace. And in this world, we don't often feel that peace with so many constraints of finances and government issues or family issues, girl and boyfriend issues, that it's hard to find peace. And when we do the Reiki, it just really calms the mind and helps you to just somewhere feel that peace. And that is a beautiful, beautiful feeling. Then we look at the physical things. So say if you've got a sore shoulder or you've got a sore knee, we can work with that. Sometimes they will, like I really believe, and I've seen so much that I really sense when I'm doing the Reiki, I need to say to my client, you need to go to the doctors. For me, Reiki doesn't replace doctors, it doesn't replace counsellors, it doesn't replace physiotherapists. For me, the universal energy inspired those people to do the jobs they do. So I'm very keen, if there's something, to refer you to a really good physio that I totally believe in, a really good doctor, a really good counsellor, a really good somebody who can help you. And that's how sometimes the universal energy will work, is telling you, no, this needs sorting. But sometimes the actual physical manifestation can be linked to something emotional or spiritual. And this is where the Reiki comes in. And sometimes we don't need to explain it. We have to understand that one day with science and research, maybe we will understand it. Maybe we'll have more of a grasp of it. But for me, energy is so massive and so big. I struggle to understand how we would ever fully get our heads around why it works. But I allow it to be, and I enjoy the benefits and the peace and the physical, emotional and mental healing that it brings. So how long is a treatment? A treatment can be anything from 10 minutes up to an hour and a half. However, when you come in, I charge £30. And that £30 treatment can be anything from an hour to an hour and 3/4 for the first visit. Then when we've done that, you have some water. Because when we've done lots of healing and lots of energy work, you can feel a little bit lightheaded. So I always say to you, want some herbal tea, coffee, some water, and just allow you to relax before you go back into the real world. Or of course, for many of my clients, they'll just go down to Leah's tea room and enjoy the nice chat with her, or enjoy her cakes, her teas, coffees, her loose teas, her milkshakes, and just enjoy.